Hi everybody, welcome to Low Carb Cooking with Judy. Today I'm going to make one of my absolute favorite dishes. I get rave reviews on this every time I make it, and it's also a family favorite. So if you have family that loves fresh vegetables, they're going to love this. What I'm making today is called shrimp tostada salad. And it's actually a coleslaw, but not a sweet coleslaw. It's delicious. So what I've got today is I've got some cabbage. I've probably got about 6 cups of shredded cabbage here. And you can add more or less of everything I'm going to show you according to what you like. So this is a very adjustable recipe. I'm going to show you about how I make it, and then you can go from there. So we're going to start with our cabbage. This is about 1/2 of a medium head of cabbage. I measured out to about 6 cups. So you just shred that however you choose to. And then I've got about 1 cup of medium cheddar cheese that we're going to put in there. And I've got some pico de gallo. I just got this at the local grocery store, and it's a medium. This is a 12-ounce package. And then I've got some limes because we're going to use those. I've got about a teaspoon here of fresh cilantro. And I've got some shrimp. This is the little teeny frozen salad shrimps that we're going to use. And then I've got some chips, and if you're a low carber like me, I always go for the beanitos because they're made with black beans. So there's no corn in those. Corn are a higher starch food. But if you've got family that you're sharing this with, they can have it with the corn chips if they're not carb conscious. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got our cabbage here, and I always start this with the shrimp because what we're going to do, and for the amount of cabbage I'm doing, I'm going to measure out 1 cup of shrimp into the bowl. Here. So this is about 1 cup. And once we've got that measured out, I'm going to go ahead and cut my limes because I'm going to juice the lime juice right over the top of this shrimp. And you want to, I've actually never measured out my lime juice. I just put in enough to cover the shrimp so that it's just covered, so that while we're making the salad, the shrimp has time to marinate in the lime juice. And if you're not a shrimp fan, because I do have family and friends that do not care for shrimp, you can also make this salad with shredded chicken, and it is very good. I like to cook my chicken in the crock pot so it's nice and tender, and then I will still marinate it in lime juice, just like I'm going to do with the shrimp. But this lime juice actually takes a lot of the fishy flavor out of the shrimp, so it's not so shrimpy. Even though I care for shrimp, sometimes it can be overpowering. So the lime juice actually helps to mild the fishy flavor of the shrimp. And it's absolutely delicious in the salad. So now we've got 2 limes juiced, and it's just covering the shrimp. And this shrimp, I'm putting it right in here, right out of the freezer. And it defrosts as you do everything else. So what I usually do is I get my shrimp soaking. Let me add another 1/2 a lime here because it's not quite covered. And generally I use about 3 to 4 limes depending on how big of a salad I'm making. If I have company over, of course, I'm making a bigger salad. I've also made this salad for company parties at work. People always want the recipe because it is absolutely delicious. So we've got our shrimp here soaking in lime juice. And what I do is I get this soaking, and then I will shred my cabbage, grate my cheese, and cut up my cilantro. And you can also add some fresh cucumber if you like, and avocado. However, I recommend on the avocado that you serve it on the side because it will go brown in the salad if it's left overnight in the fridge. So that's an option if you want to do that. But I didn't do cucumber and avocado today because I'm trying to save time. So as you see, I've got my stuff shredded and grated, and it's all ready to dump together. So we're going to dump this together. And it's real simple. You're just going to go ahead and put in your cheese. your pico de gallo. And you can get whatever. If you want a hotter pico de gallo, go ahead. I just prefer the medium. You can also do the mild, or you can make your own with your tomatoes and onions at home. And I always like to add more cilantro than is in the pico de gallo because I love cilantro. It's just one of my favorites. So we got that, and then we've got our little bit of cilantro here. We're gonna scrape into here. Okay, from this point, this is really a simple salad because it's just kind of cut it all up and dump it together. At this point, I'm gonna let my lime soak for a few more minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my mayonnaise because this is the sauce of the salad. Let me get a clean spoon. That one's got stuff on it. And the mayonnaise, you just kind of put it in to make it as juicy as you want. So I don't want to get too much. Let me stir it up and just kind of see if you need to add some more. I always dump in the shrimp and lime at the very last because I want it to marinate in that lime juice. So, and usually I would marinate it longer because I'm cutting up my cabbage and grating my cheese. And if I'm doing cucumber or avocado, I'm cutting that up as well. But we're just gonna stir this together. And it's looking like it's gonna need a little bit more mayonnaise. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some more. And I've added probably a cup and a half now, maybe a little bit less. Around a cup to a cup and a half. But I never measure out the mayonnaise because I just kind of, this is such an easy recipe, you just kind of add a little bit of this and that until it's how you want it to be. But I've tried to give you some approximates today, some approximate measurements so that you can kind of have an idea of what you're doing if you've never made this before. So we've got about the right amount of mayonnaise now. And now we're going to go ahead and just dump in our shrimp in lime juice. Dump the whole thing in. And the shrimp will usually just defrost in the lime juice on the counter while you're cutting everything else up. Mine's not quite as defrosted as usual because I didn't soak it as long. But it is stirring in, so we're going to be good on that. And you can add more or less shrimp or anything else you prefer to this. And then at this point, you're just going to salt and pepper your salad, and it's ready to go. And you're going to eat it with chips. It's really, really good with chips. So you just dip the chip right in here, get it on there, and then you just go ahead and eat it. So, I'm telling you, delicious. Real simple, low carb, fresh vegetables. Really good. If you can't find the beanie toast chips, or you'd like to cut your carbs even more, you can put some of this on your plate and just crumble the chips on top so that you get less of the chips. But anyway, the extra crunch of the chips really makes it really good. So go ahead and try this at home. If you're a low carb eater like me, like my channel, check out the link down below for the recipe. That will go to my blog that'll have the written out recipe for this. Try this. It is absolutely delicious. Your family will come back for thirds and fourths. It is really that good. So go ahead and make it. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and share this with friends and family that may be interested, and talk to you later. Have a great day.